Thanks, Al, and that's a real good job of spelling, too. You know, Bobby Thigpen registered his 56th save last night. The number 56 is really big in baseball history because Joe DiMaggio set a record for 56 consecutive games hidden, and that's one thing that's always been regarded as the most unattainable goal in Major League Baseball, the one thing, that record that will probably never be topped. Now, Bobby, you have already beaten Dave Righetti's previous record by 10. Do you think your record is ever going to be broken?
Well, you don't want to say never, but I think it's going to be very, very hard to get. You just don't have this type of year where your team is involved in this many close games and this many opportunities come up in one season. So, you know, hopefully I can tack a couple more on before the season's over, and you know, we'll just wait and see. But yeah, I think it's going to be hard to do.
You know, with 4 games left, 60 sounds like a good round number to me. Bobby, you really turned it around in April. Remember, we go back to that game in Texas. We always talk about that game. Incaviglia hit the home run to beat you in that game. But you really learned something from that appearance, and you just kind of added to your repertoire.
Well, you're right. You know, I kind of sat there. Jeff loves to bring this game up. He sees it as a turning point for me this season and the team. We had lost 4 or 5 in a row. We lose that one with a 3-run lead, and, you know, I give up 2 home runs, like you said. And, you know, then after that game, we came back, and I had actually a harder situation the next night and got out of it and struck out the side in the 9th. And then from there, we went on and won 5 or 6 in a row. So, but after the game, I'm sitting there, and he's talking on the PA system at Texas Stadium, and I guess I kind of learned a lesson that you know, you can get people out with something else than a fastball. And I've been doing it a lot this year. I've had a more consistent slider than I've ever had, and I've thrown it a lot. I've even thrown it 3-2 2 or 3 times this year, and yeah, so it's an out pitch for me now instead of something where I just show it just in order to give the hitter something else to think about. Now they know I can throw it for a strike, and I'm going to throw it to get them out.
Well, Bobby, I know you've always been a team-oriented player, but you look at your numbers. They're absolutely incredible. You're 4-6. You've had a part in 60 of the White Sox 92 victories so far. And yet you really don't hear your name mentioned a whole lot when you're talking about the Cy Young Award. Have you thought about Cy Young?
No, not at all. You know, Bob's had a great year over there for Oakland, and he probably deserves it more than anyone. You know, Clemens has got a shot now. He's back. He's pitching well. Pitched well last night. You know, I'm ahead in the roll age points. If I stay ahead and win that, that's fine. You know, the Cy Young can go to a starter. It doesn't really bother me that I'm really not a candidate, but you know, I've never really thought about it.
You know, I think about that in terms, because I look at Willie Hernandez. Remember when he was with the Tigers? I think he saved 34, 35 ball games for Detroit. They won the World Championship. And yet he was MVP of the league as well as the Cy Young Award, and he never really came close to approaching your numbers. Do you think that those awards should go to people from the teams that win the pennants and World Series?
Well, I don't know. I guess there's arguments both ways, but you know, that year that Willie did that, you know, I think he only had 1 blown save. He was either 34, 35, or 32 of 33, something like that. And you know, he just had a great year, and plus they won it. But you know, like last year, I think Mark Davis won the Cy Young last year, and San Diego wasn't in the top 3, I don't believe. And I don't know. You know, that's up to the writers or whoever it is that votes, and it really doesn't bother me if a guy has an outstanding year and he just happens to be on a last place or 5th place team. Then, you know, that's not his fault. He's gone out and done the job and put up the numbers.
Well, not a bad year to go to arbitration either.
Yeah, bad timing, I tell you. Jerry's standing over here. I'm going to walk by and ask him about it.
Where is Jerry Reinsdorf? We'll have to get a few comments on Jerry on what he's going to do to sign Bobby Thigpen for many, many years to come. Now let's go back to Al Janis somewhere at Comiskey Park.
Of course, I'm sure that Bobby's agent has been listening to all that. Now, when our Sports Channel coverage of the final day at Comiskey continues, we will have a live segment of a very popular Sports Channel show, Sports Writers on TV. Stay with us.
We hate to see it end. Goodbye to Comiskey. You've been